Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This next tactics video for doubles and mixed doubles is going to have a focus on serve and return. And as always, I'm happy to have the support of Tobi and on his YouTube channel you can find our video for positioning on court and movement around the court, and the link for that will be in the description.
Every rally starts with the service, and in doubles the service situation is very crucial and so many points can already be won in the first few shots. So it makes totally sense to think about the service situation and think about what you want to do, where you want to serve and how you want to serve. When you look at top players, almost everybody is only serving with the backhand. So the court is a little bit shorter where you can serve to. Here the double service line is a little bit more into the court, so you cannot really play a long serve, and that allows the opponent to put more pressure on you, so he can move a little bit forward, and that means you should be able to serve quite precise and not too high over the net. And if you're able to do that, then you have a good chance to get into the rally. If your service is too high in doubles and mixed doubles, good opponents will always punish that, will kill the shuttle right away at the net. So this is the reason with the backhand service you have a lot more precision, you can control the height of the shuttle a lot easier. So definitely try to go with a backhand service here.
In terms of the tactics for serve and return, it is quite important to communicate with your partner in this instance, because I've seen a lot of pairs and maybe they'll say where they're going to serve, or sometimes they won't even do that, and it really just kind of leaves it up in the air for what your partner is going to expect. And I think it's just a better way to get experience and understand the game, to kind of work on that prediction and like communicating that prediction of where you think it's going, and understanding the patterns of your opponent and what kind of shots are very natural to play from certain positions. So across the front I have 4 signals, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And so number 1 is to the tee, and number 2 is to the side of the body that is closer to the tee. So from those 2 positions, if it's to someone's backhand, usually the main ones they want to play is the push straight or the hold push cross. So they're the 2 main ones. And so from there, you can kind of start to predict their patterns, their habits, what they like to play, and really try and say, to your partner, I'm going to serve to the tee and I'm going to look for the forehand. And then your partner is going to know that they need to look for the backhand and cover that. Obviously, you're working with an opponent who can do whatever they like, and it's not a set routine or anything. So you have to be open to adapting for if they play net, if they do anything else. But just having that awareness and premeditating it can really get some easy points for people, knowing, having that agreement about where they're going to go after they serve. So then after that is the 3 serve, which I have as just going kind of to the shoulder across the body. And this is quite an awkward one to play, because most people will come up and if they play a backhand, it's going to go wide, or it's a bit harder to control. And then if they play a forehand, they're getting quite cramped in here. So it's a bit of an awkward shot, and usually if they do go forehand, the easiest one to do is cross shot to, if you're right-handed, to the opponent's forehand, which is pretty good setup for the serving pair, because a nice drive up to the forehand is perfect. Otherwise, they might play a backhand net shot from there, which is quite easy for the server to premeditate and cover that as well. Then from there we have the wide serve, which isn't used too often just because it's kind of a hard serve to master, but it's one that me and my partner really make use of because she is left-handed and she has quite a good wide serve. And so we have a really good understanding between us that when she serves wide, she's really looking for that push straight, and she'll like pretty much jump back after she serves, ready to get that mid-court push going past, or else they'll just hold it and go over, and we just start straight away in an attackive position. Then from there we have the flick to the middle, which is, we have that as a fist symbol, or number 5, and then a flick wide, which is, what do we have? Not that. Oh yeah, we have the like thumbs up symbol for number 5 out wide. So I think communication on the serve is one of the most important things, especially when you're flicking, because I think it's really important to have your partner be ready, because sometimes if you're serving, the back person can switch off a little bit and relax, but when you're flicking, they really have to move quickly and get to their side to be ready for that defense, especially if the receiver is quick onto the serve and is able to bring it down quickly. In terms of the flick, I think it is important to have an understanding of where you're going to cover exactly. Some pairs just like to cover their sides kind of, but I think at a high level it's important that the person on the straight is really focusing on down the line, and then the person on the cross is really focusing on the middle. Depending on where you serve, if you serve to the tee, that is when you want to both kind of cover your sides more, because it's going to be harder for that person to hit wide to the sides of the court. But if you're serving wide, that's really when you want to really focus on the straight down the line and the middle, because it's going to be a lot harder for that person to do a big cross. And if they do a big cross, then you have more time to get onto it, because it has a bigger distance to travel. So in terms of tactics as a junior, one of the most important things that helped us get an edge was our return, because at that level, kids only have so much power to be able to hit to the back. So being able to play it to a certain spot and knowing that it's going to come back to the net, and both pairs being aware to push up, is really an advantage and a way to get really quick, easy points, is what we found. So what we always like to do is have a lot of drills where we're both finishing at the net and pushing up. So one of the simplest tactics in return of serve, and a good way to get points most of the time, is to push it to the backhand side, and then both of you push forward and try and finish from the net. Because it's obviously a bit harder when you're under pressure on your backhand side to get the shuttle right to the back. So if you can get a good return here, then it can often be a really nice quick point, as seen here. A return to the body is also quite a good one, because it's kind of hard for the person to be able to change the angles and get enough power when it's coming so quick to their body to be able to get it all the way to the back. Often they will just block it off to the sides. So if you return push body and both you and your partner can push forward together, usually you can take that third shot quite early and try and get it down. The mid-court shots are also a great one, especially if the person at the back is standing quite far back, so that they have to really lunge when you just get it past the server. And it's a really good way to get the lift, or either really push up early and take that soft shot early as well. And then there's obviously the net shot left, which is really good, especially in mixed doubles. The girl tries to play this one a lot, but because it's two girls just focusing very much on the net, you have to really kind of be aware of the quality of it and where they are anticipating, because they're just all so quick onto it. So you really want to try and take it early on the return and just get it down very quickly and really focus on the quality. And then as soon as you play it, you've got to be ready for the next one, because yeah, such close proximity and it's coming back quickly. So in terms of serve, one of the biggest things is really getting to understand your opponent's habits and what they like to play. Of course, at a high level, people are going to have options and variety in their return, but it's really important to analyze an opponent and really notice when you serve to a certain spot, what they really like to play. Because when they're under pressure, when you hit a really good serve, or when they don't really have time to think and they're just reacting, that's when they're going to resort to these certain shots. And when you can serve there with the idea in your head that they're probably going to hit here, I'm going to wait for this one a bit more. So some of the obvious ones are when you serve to someone here, it's a lot easier to play that backhand this way as opposed to turning it that way. And similarly on the forehand, it's a lot easier to go that way as opposed to turning it that way. So these are some things that you can really try and wait for and set up for, and also be aware of when you do serve what you are looking for, and letting your partner know what you are looking for so that they can cover the other things. Because there's no point in you serving and looking for the forehand if your partner's also looking for the forehand. You may as well look for the forehand and then they are looking for the backhand.
Oh yes, Yuki Kaneko. Against the bronze medalist from last.
So when you serve at a advanced level, really what you want to do is have the shuttle going downwards, so that then when they return, you can take it early and hit it down at the net, or it's coming up to the back person who can then keep the attack. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to check out Tobi's channel if you would like to see our video on tactics for beginners in doubles. And let me know if you enjoyed this video and this kind of tutorial badminton kind of video, and I can be sure to do more of these in the future. Bye.